Our Town Lincoln Week on 1011 News all week long at 5 and 6 o'clock. We'll be bringing you stories that demonstrate why more than 250,000 people choose to make Lincoln their home. Our Lance Schwartz is live right now at Centennial Mall just north of the state capitol. Hey, Lance.
Hello everyone. There is a historic area just south of where we're at right here in downtown Lincoln that is called the South Bottoms. It's also known as a port of entry neighborhood, which means that way back in the late 1800s, immigrants from Germany and Russia came to this neighborhood to find a place to live.
We're on South 9th Street at 727 South 9th, and behind me is the O'Donnell Galbraith house.
Ed Zimmer is the historic preservation planner for Lincoln that has been busy connecting early photos of this South Bottoms area to current locations in the capital city.
It's a early house in Lincoln, probably in the half a dozen oldest in town. Dates from the 1870s. And a couple years ago, the city made it a Lincoln landmark.
And Ed said that was of interest to the city because of its connection to the Galbraith family.
Because that gives us a link into a story that I've enjoyed for the last 20 years or so about a Lincoln photographer named John Johnson.
This is one of the pictures taken at 727 South 9th Street.
Johnson was a Lincoln native. He was a graduate of Lincoln High. He went to the University of Nebraska for a couple years. And about 1910 or so, he started producing magnificent photographs, mostly of his African-American community here in Lincoln.
These photos give us a unique glimpse into turn of the 20th century life in Lincoln.
In the images, two of them, John and Mabel Galbraith, are standing right at their front steps when they lived in this house. Another one, they're a couple doors down the street looking back at the house. And so we are on the location where just about a century ago, that couple were standing in front of their little brick house.
Just south of the Galbraith house on South 9th is another historic structure that dates back to the early 20th century.
There were a number of these small grocery stores around Lincoln and several in the South Bottoms German from Russian neighborhood. I find it particularly interesting today because it houses the Lincoln Literacy Center, who have a mission of sharing English with new residents to Lincoln.
If you'd like to learn more about this particular area of Lincoln history, you're invited to check out a book co-written by Ed Zimmer that's entitled Lincoln in Black and White. Ed enjoys going out and giving talks to different groups around Lincoln, and he says that if you're getting a talk and you don't specify just which talk you want, you get Lincoln in black and white. Ed says that fulfilling requests to come out in front of groups is a key part of his job. He enjoys it so much, he'll do it from sunrise to sunset.